Did you hear about Yasiel Puig taking batting practice?
No, I don't think so.
He's been taking batting practice for 3 straight days in St. Louis. Just like against their pitching.
I don't understand.
Yasiel Puig has taken batting practice just against the Cardinals for the last 3 days.
Are you just like making a joke? I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Cardinals are throwing batting practice to Yasiel Puig.
Okay. Was that fun for you?
Yeah, it was so good.
Jeez.
Welcome to Half Mental.
This
Hello, Mother. This is Half Mental, the show that's 90% baseball and the other half mental. I'm Holt.
And I'm Dan.
Welcome to the show. It's week 24, I'm pretty sure. Cheers.
Cheers.
When we left you guys, we mentioned that we'd probably be talking about the Cardinals-Dodgers. We don't really have to talk about it, but we do want you to know that
They canceled the series.
We've got the game
and they
on.
didn't play any of the games.
We've got this Sunday night game on, so we're kind of like watching and talking.
Hope it works for everybody.
I hope that's cool with you guys. It's
a pretty big game.
Only way we felt comfortable doing this. Where do you want to start?
We can start with the Cardinals-Dodgers series. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Friday, you guys tied us for the second wild card, and then last night's game gave you guys the lead, right?
Yeah, and then also Thursday we won.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Yasiel Puig hit 5 home runs in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
He hit 24% of his season home runs in less than 24 hours.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was explaining that to Ann. I was like, so he's at 21 home runs.
And he hit 5 of those.
Yeah.
A day and a half ago, he was at 16 home runs.
Yeah.
I'd just like all our viewers at home to know how much better it is that Holt's team won 3 games instead of my team having won 3 games.
Yeah. It is.
We would have had like a depressing intro of Holt again alone in his living room. And it might not have ever been posted. So I'm going to try to remain pretty lighthearted about this.
Yeah.
We needed to split this series and then just play well down the stretch.
Yeah. It's been a good series. I mean, the Cardinals, I think, are throwing at Justin Turner.
And they might have just thrown at him. Nah, it's Wainwright. Wainwright wouldn't have thrown at
Yeah, they
Justin
also
Turner.
hit him in the wrist yesterday.
Wainwright's pretty shaky these days.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like the Rockies won today, so as we sit here, the Dodgers are a half game out of first. We were a half game in first a couple hours ago. To me, it feels like if this team has finally decided to click right now, because we really haven't clicked all year long, but if we are deciding to click right now, then
could be good.
That's great.
So here's one thing I saw, I think it was yesterday after Puig's 3 home run game, is that he's like...
Puig take batting...
Oh my God. But he's your 4th outfielder, right? He's only appeared in 113 games, and I know he was injured, but he hasn't been he wasn't injured for 40 games, right?
Dodgers not looking very good right now, by the way.
About to have a 2 plan. There's a talent difference.
Right.
And you can say it's because of salary or not, but like here's this guy on the Dodgers who can hit 5 home runs in a few hours, and it's not like, oh, who is this guy? Like,
right.
Like the Cardinals have like one or
it's
one.
Like, who is Patrick Wisdom?
Yeah.
Or whatever
Yeah.
that guy's name was.
The Cardinals have like one player reasonably capable of that.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers have like 6. Puig bats 6th for you guys this year, basically.
Yeah, sometimes 9th.
Yeah. So, like, there is a real talent difference. And it's not just salary-based, but Justin Turner's the only guy in your starting lineup regularly who hasn't hit 20 home runs yet this year. All right. Thanks for showing up tonight.
Thanks for coming. Did you guys see Yasiel Puig take batting practice this weekend?
Holt, any jokes you want to tell about the Cardinals? On to the wider world of baseball.
Right. Okay.
We had 2 pretty cool matchups this weekend. We had Chris Sale and Jacob DeGrom pitch against each other today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was I want to get this quote right, the stat. It was the first time the 2 starting pitchers have had more than 100 innings pitched and a sub-2 ERA since, I believe, 1968. Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, so James Wagner on Twitter. I actually don't know who he is, but he has a blue check mark. Both starters have at least 100 innings and a sub-2 ERA since Dwight Gooden and John Tudor in 1985. So not 68, but 1980. Tudor? Yes.
Cool.
So 33 years later, I mean, it's a historic matchup. DeGrom is insane.
I know. I mean,
he might be the MVP of the National League.
Yeah, I mean, he's hands down the Cy Young at this point.
Yeah, I really can't imagine him not getting the Cy Young. He had his worst start since April 10th today. And here's what that looks like.
When you're
against I believe, the best offense in baseball. I think the Red Sox are the best offense, right?
I would.
Jacob deGrom went 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts. Jesus. And 3 earned runs.
And that's his worst start since April?
Yeah. It's his first 3 earned run start since April.
That's unreal.
So his ERA is down to 1.7, or I guess up. It would have gone up today to 1.78. He's crazy.
Yeah.
Chris Sale, I think it was his second start coming off of injury. He only pitched 3 innings. So unfortunately, he wasn't fully healthy for it to. I mean, how awesome would it have been for them both to go 7 or 8 and both strike out 12 or 15 guys?
Yeah.
Would have been great.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be hard to give him the MVP nod with where they are, but
I know.
I could see.
But he is just, I mean, he's the best player in the National League.
Yeah. I mean, those numbers are, I would assume, better than Kershaw's in 2015.
Yeah, I would assume so. Here was the other cool matchup is the Braves and Nationals played. And so Juan Soto and Ronald Acuna Jr. were on the same field.
Nice.
Soto stole 3 bases, I think, Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
He was the youngest to steal 3 bases in forever.
Yep. Who's that bat started when
Hey, baby. Harrison Bader.
About.
Harrison Bader is probably going to finish in the top 5 of the Rookie of the Year.
Nice.
He will probably finish 5th, but...
Oh, he's the second fastest person in Major League Baseball. Well, I guess he's tied.
He's as fast
tied
as...
for second.
Yeah. Who is at the top? Byron Buxton?
Yeah.
Well, Byron Buxton is also being screwed with his service time, I think, right now.
Is he?
I think he's been in the minors most of the year, and they're not going to bring him up.
Weird.
Yeah. He can't really hit, unfortunately. Yeah. He sure can run and defend.
Not just saying this because I'm excited about the Dodgers, but I'm starting to wonder if we had some viewers comment on an episode a few weeks back saying, like, because you and I were just, like, going nuts about the American League and how no matter who comes out of the National League, the American League is going to win the World Series. But I am starting to wonder if maybe the National League will be more battle-tested when it comes to the playoffs. I know we can't.
Yeah, I mean, it just
it's
depends
all speculation, but it does seem like National League teams are just beating up on each other.
Maybe.
And American League teams kind of...
It just depends on if you believe that they all have the same amount of wins because they're all just sort of the same level of mediocre.
Right.
I mean, it just depends. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. I still think the American League's just better this year.
Yeah. I think you're probably right.
So in our last power rankings, you put the Brewers at 5, and I scoffed.
Yeah.
And the Brewers have continued to play.
People really noticed that, by the way.
Pretty good baseball.
I got some texts about that.
I think this happened in the last week. If not, it was pretty close. Did you see Josh Hader strike out 6 in 2 innings against the Cubs?
Yeah.
And it was 6 of their better players, too.
Yeah, it was like Rizzo.
It was the bottom of their lineup, and then it carried to the top. So it was like pinch hitter, and it's that like David Bote or Bote, I don't know how he pronounces it.
Right, who's kicking ass.
Who's been really good.
I think it's Bote.
And then it went to like Daniel Murphy, Rizzo, Bryant, Baez. I mean, and he struck them out on, it was like 21 pitches. He got 6 strikeouts, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that dude is for real.
Yeah.
My buddy sat right behind home plate for the Wednesday night ESPN Game of the Week, which was pretty funny.
Was that a Brewers game?
Yeah, it was the third and final Brewers game. The Brewers won it. He was like right there, so like you could see him every pitch. It was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, Josh Hader's being compared to like
he kind of lulled. He got like
Johnson.
tired in the middle of the year or whatever happened. But he's back. I mean, his last handful of appearances have been as good as they ever have been.
Yeah.
And to strike out that row of Cubs is a pretty big deal. Imagine him being able to do that 4 times in a 5-game series or whatever. This is probably the best time to mention Orlando Arencia's bunt double.
Oh, yeah.
That he pushed against the Pirates yesterday, I believe. Runners on, I think it was first and second. And the infield is crashing in, expecting a sacrifice bunt, and he just pushed it past the first baseman. It was really awesome.
That is awesome. The bunt is such a weapon if you can do it.
I guess so. Good job, Orlando.
You going to play of the week?
Yeah, I think you should go first for play of the week.
Do you have a Puig of the week?
Did you see him take batting practice this week?
My Puig of the week is Yasiel Puig.
Did you see his post on Twitter? He probably did it on Instagram too. He called it the greatest weekend of his life.
Oh my God!
And I mean, it is.
Did you see his post-game interview?
No.
Okay, so I love Yasiel. I know.
I've always loved Puig. I actually heard something about it where he was called like a disappointment, and it makes me furious because he's been a good baseball player for 5 years now.
His post-game interview last night was just like, I don't have any other words for it other than
it was just sweet,
adorable.
Yeah,
like
he's so like,
I so happy to help my team, and coach have faith in me. Put me.
Did you hear this too? Okay, so he gives interviews in English almost exclusively now,
right? But
he used a translator after one of these games, and Justin Turner was giving him shit about it. Justin Turner was like, he was doing a crossword in English before the game. Like, he knows English, right? Yeah.
This interview was it was straight. There was no interpreter.
Okay.
And he was just like, he's definitely a clubhouse guy. Like, the guys love him.
Yeah.
They were dumping like ice on him and did the whole Gatorade bath and whatever, but they kept doing it, like different stuff.
Yeah.
Throwing stuff at him. And he was just hilarious. He was just like, this, and like you just said, he's like, it's the best day of my life. Like, just like so happy.
It's good. I do love Puig. I mean, if anybody's got to hit 3 home runs off of us.
Yeah. And I feel like you're alone in that in Cardinals fans. I feel like Cardinals fans hate that dude.
Maybe so.
So anyway, my play of the week goes to Yasiel Puig and his 5 home runs in less than 24 hours. Also,
do you have a personal favorite among the 5? I actually didn't watch much of this series.
I think, I'm going to go very specific here. Okay. I think my personal favorite among the 5 was his first one from Saturday because for some reason they showed the pitch from this behind. Yeah. Did you see this?
It was a really cool angle.
Yeah, it was from behind the catcher.
It was like a video game angle.
Yeah, like the way you see the ball come off his bat, it's just like... Sorry guys. 3 outs.
I thought Matt Carpenter was going to get hurt trying to leg out a shitty infield hit.
It was just crazy. Like the way it launches, it looks like it launches off his bat.
Yeah.
Like a rocket.
That was a cool
And I do think
angle.
That was the ball that was 114 miles an hour off the bat, which was the hardest for the Dodgers. Exit velocity, thank you. For the Dodgers all year long, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm just feeling kind of salty. I'm going to go with a kind of a trolly one, which I've only done a couple times. But Scott Schebler for the Reds hit a first pitch home run off Jose Quintana. And the Reds have the Reds just beaten everybody this year? It's hilarious.
They're so good. I think the Reds are the best team in baseball.
Yeah. They're getting ranked next week, guys.
Yeah.
But the Reds beat Quintana 2-1 today. But it was first pitch home runs are pretty cool in the first place. And it was also just a good day game at Wrigley. It's a beautiful place.
Do you know how that series went down? Did they just get that one?
I know Lester won yesterday. Lester's feeling pretty good lately.
I know.
I don't know what they did Friday night off the top of my head.
Yeah, I feel like they won 2.
But Pedro Strooper is hurt and
did you hear about that?
He was batting and running out an infield hit, right?
He was
and pulled his hamstring. That's a big injury.
Yeah, I mean, people are very upset with Joe Madden about this. He was batting in like the 8th, and he wasn't going to pitch the 9th.
And they should have expanded roster. I mean, they should have somebody who can go do that.
And I'm sure Joe Madden, I understand if Joe Madden has faith that he can get the bunt down, but you got to know that the risk reward there is probably not worth it, right? Yeah. Or maybe
obviously not.
Yeah, exactly. I'm being generous by saying probably.
Sorry, viewers.
Sorry, guys. This is amateur.
It's totally not worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. That relief pitcher gets hurt once every 1,000 times, but it happens.
Yeah. All right. Looks like that's it for today. Puig's going to finish up batting practice here at Busch Stadium.
So we have.
Oh yeah, we should talk about this.
What do we have coming up? Let's look at I'm going to look at a schedule real quick.
We have 2 more weekends of regular season half-men.
That's what I was going to look at. Yeah.
And I am going to the Dodgers-Padres series next weekend.
I'll have to find a different co-host.
So I don't know what's going to happen with this show, but we're going to try and get one up. We'll have a. Like a season wrap up, right?
There will be, we'll have 2 more regular episodes,
and then Dan and I haven't even talked about this yet, but
we'll do it similarly to what we did last year.
Yeah, we'd like
we'll
to
knock out after every series.
That end of season wrap up will also probably be like a postseason preview.
Yeah, I mean that'll just have to be that 30th.
Yeah. So September 30th, we're going to do a postseason preview. And then we'll do shows following every series. So we'll do a Division Series wrap-up, Championship Series wrap-up, and a World Series wrap-up.
I can't believe it's here. I'm like all excited all of a sudden.
Which we plan on
2 weeks.
Actually posting this year.
Oh, yeah. Did that never actually get posted?
That never happened. Man. I still have it. It was just me being sad. So, yeah, who knows? I mean...
Buckle up, guys.
Like, there's a chance that neither of our teams will even be in the playoffs. Which maybe would be better.
That's pretty unlikely.
Which maybe would be better for this show, honestly.
Yeah.
Douche Canoe, I know your team. Tanker, I saw your comment. I guess it is important to note that Osuna's court date is this week. It's the 19th. So
is he potentially going to get sentenced to jail time on the 19th?
Yeah, so the Astros might not have a closer depending on how that goes.
Yeah, but surely they'll just drag court out. Can they make it take 6 weeks or so?
I mean,
I don't know.
Depending on how many times they've continued it, this could be it.
Man.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, and his dispute's in Toronto, right?
Yeah, it's all in another country.
So does he have to be in Canada on those days?
Yes.
Jeez. What a mess. I mean, the Astros have just gotten themselves into a mess. I don't care if you think he should be able to play baseball, and the Astros have just put themselves in a really messy position.
I think that's a fair point. I think no matter how you feel about what happened or whether what happened didn't happen, they have put themselves in a sticky situation.
That other teams chose not to. You have to believe that other teams would have gotten him for the price if they wanted him.
Yeah.
Or obviously, but the Astros gave less than Ozuna is worth to get him.
Yeah.
So other teams would have been willing to do that without the surrounding
taking on
issue.
The baggage, if you will.
All right,
guys.
You're happy, Jeff Lunho.
All right, guys. I don't know what next week's going to be like. I'll be in LA. Maybe I'll send in a video that we can post.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We've never done that before. See you next week.
Bye.
But it's because of how they teach people to play baseball, not because they deserve it better. I don't know.
Right. It's because they don't flip their bats and they don't have fun when they play the game.
Right. That's it.
This is our last episode ever together.